They ask me what I think about the competition. And I say no. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. Don't take a low. Yo, take a low on ninth wonder maybe. We got your girl undulating to the rhythm of the drum. Wet t-shirt looking like a vacation. Take it off like Monday, baby, and there will be no underrating. So please hold your applause. Let it bump a little up in your cars. They say that boy's back. This is blackboard rap. You can go and chalk it up to a loss. And if you got a problem with it, walk it up to the boss and get your car pulled like pity pat. Body a verse and put it in a pine box. You can get a shine box, Billy back. And really that's all my time. This is the last chapter. You X and Y, we off the axis. Intricate, me and knife to a God's instruments. And when we get together, you can call it band practice.
Hello and welcome to Around the Region, coming to you from the WTVN studios in Cleveland, Georgia. I'm your host, Griffin Harper, joined by Hayden Weakley, and he'll be here in a second. We have a great lineup of content for you today, not just focusing on football like we usually do, instead providing insight on the other fall sports and events that occur within the high school. That being said, let's hit all the bases, pun intended, with Alex Wall in this week's Wall's Wisdom.
I'm Alex Wall, and you're watching this week's Wall's Wisdom. This week is a bye week, the second one for the season. So let's hone in on some of the other sports going on at White County. To begin, let's check on what softball's up to. They start with a game on Monday against Franklin County, and then on Wednesday, a game against Union. So what are some interesting facts about these counties? To start off, Franklin County, oddly enough named after Benjamin Franklin, was founded in 1784, while Union County is actually named because they stayed with the Union in the Civil War, which is very strange for the South. Now let's look at the volleyball schedule. They head to the region tournament soon, where they hope to compete and win and make it to the state tournament. On the 12th, the cross-country team travels all the way to Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's a beautiful area and a very popular tourist spot, with lots of attractions such as the Tennessee Aquarium and Lookout Mountain. And finally, the mountain bike team, which is where I got all these, heads to the Dosset Nature Preserve, a beautiful area with many rehabilitated wild animals such as bears, coyotes, beavers, anything you can think of, and even our very own Groundhog Day groundhog, General Beauregard Lee. I'm Alex Wall, and that's all for this special bi-week edition of Wall's Wisdom.
Thank you, Alex. We were able to get some great interviews this week, starting with sophomore football player Cooper Adam. This is Warrior Sit Down.
I feel like we haven't. All of us have played good at different times, and then the times we do all play good, we do really good. So, yeah, I would say we have. I feel like we should beat them, but it just depends on how prepared we are and how well we play. I feel like we just all need to work on playing the whole game and not just playing the first half or the second half. I'm just trying not to get hurt and trying to get better and learn all the plays. LeBron.
Why?
Because he's played longer and he has had more stats.
Thank you to Cooper for that interview. We will return right after this break.
Griffin Wrecker Service is the home for all of your towing needs. With many trucks in all shapes and sizes, Griffin Wrecker has what it takes to get you out of any trouble you may find out on the roads. Griffin Wrecker Service offers competitive prices with some of the best response times in North Georgia, which has allowed them to serve the community and beyond for over 20 years, winning 11 straight Reader's Choice Awards for Best Wrecker in White County along the way. Choose Griffin Wrecker 24-hour towing and recovery located at 15 Jackson Street, Cleveland, Georgia, just off the square, or call 706-219-4443. Again, that is 706-219-4443. Griffin Wrecker, proud sponsor of Warrior Television Network. Go Warriors!
Welcome to Sonita Winery, located in the heart of Cleveland, Georgia. Here, we focused on doing one thing well, growing exceptional grapes that make outstanding wine. Our work starts in the field, Healthy vines, careful pruning, and letting nature do its job. We pay attention to the details so that every grape that's harvested is the best that it can be. We handpick our grapes just at the right moment. When you visit Sitdown, our tasting experiences are all about sharing what we love. Whether you're here for tasting, a tour, or just to enjoy the scenery, we aim to make your time here enjoyable and memorable without any pretense. Sitdown, quality wine made with care. We invite you to experience it for yourself.
We said we were covering things other than football, and we are, but first, let's see what the guys would get at a gas station.
Big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag. Yeah, my bag is loaded up with snacks and
What's your gas station order?
Monster Energy, preferably the purple one, and then Nutter Butters.
Purple Powerade, another purple Powerade. Run that back.
It's a Snickers, my Mountain Dew, and then like a Reign if like I haven't had one that day yet.
Probably about like a black coffee and some Muddy Buddies.
I get a slushy. I get some chips. I get some candy. Probably like nerd clusters. Probably like Doritos with chips. And then I get
A Rainbow Sherbet Reign and Pringles.
Probably get like a NOS and maybe like a pack of crackers.
I know about the little meat, little rollers. No, it's not a hot dog. It's like the little rolled up meat.
Yeah.
Like
what is, I don't know. They know what we're talking about.
A blue Gatorade, one of those Big Mama's pickles. Yeah, that's it.
I love have you ever heard of Wrap Snacks? I freaking love them. They're called Dabba Ranch Wrap Snacks. I freaking love those things. And I also, if it's like after practice, I get these Spanish electrolytes and the guava flavor. But if they don't have that, I'd be getting vitamin water. I love vitamin water.
So we gotta go with the white gummy bear Reign, some chili cheese Fritos, and then for candy, we gotta go with just white chocolate Hershey's.
What's your gas station order?
Every morning I get a Reign because it has 300 milligrams of caffeine and a cookies and cream Pop-Tart.
Big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag. Might just eat a Big Mac, might just order DoorDash.
Lots of laughs after that one right there. Me personally, I'm a honey bun kind of guy, but a senior volleyball player sat down with WTVN in another edition of Warrior Sit Down. You may recognize her. Let's take a look.
I've been playing volleyball for the past 9 years. I started playing volleyball because I was in 4th grade and my dad practically forced me, and I thought my life was over and I was ready to die. To set personal goals, like, I really just look at stats. Like, stats really determine, like, I'll set goals based on that and try to achieve those. My biggest motivation when I'm on the court would probably have to be like my teammates, like just remembering that like I'm not doing it just for me, but like our whole team to win.
Always great to see what goes on behind the scenes, and nice to show the other talents of our WTVN crew. A lot of heavy hitters on this year's softball squad. One of them, junior Logan Fain, sat down with us. Let's take a look.
What's helped me the most as a hitter would probably be doing lessons and then practicing on my own outside of softball practice. The biggest reason for my development would probably be getting on a better travel team. My coaches now push me to be the best I am and just want me to be better. It feels pretty amazing, especially since it was off of North Hall. My most memorable year would probably be freshman year. it was just a fun year. I love the seniors. We made it super far and super regional, and it was just a fun year coming in as a freshman on varsity. A piece of advice from a coach would probably be my old coach, Coach Trey. He always told me to like calm down and told me to think of the bat as a tube of toothpaste and don't squeeze out the toothpaste. A lot of responsibilities as an upperclassman would probably be keeping the underclassmen in line and then like trying to like bring them back up. Like we don't want them to get down on themselves because then they're just not gonna have fun. We want them to have fun. If I got attacked by a grizzly bear, I would honestly probably, I wouldn't fight it, but like I would just probably like stand. I really don't know what I would do. It's just kind of a in the moment kind of thing.
Welcome back to Around the Region. I'm your host, Griffin Harper, with Hayden Weakley again. Although the Warriors won't take the gridiron this week, there are some good games that will, starting with Hebron Christian Academy traveling to the South Carolina border to take on the Hart County Bulldogs. Hayden, who do you have?
Hebron's a strong team, 5-1, that can pass and run both effective, and doing that wins games.
They almost have as much passing yards as they do rushing yards.
Yeah, it's close.
That's something that's
200-yard difference.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to see. Rushing, they have 1,277 yards on the year. Passing, 1,061 yards on the year. Like I said, that's a 200-yard difference. That's kind of rare to see, though. I mean,
their running back has 540 rushing yards in 6 games. It's crazy. Anyway, I have where was I going? I have Hebron taking this one, Griff.
Listen, I think Hart County, solid squad. Give me Hebron Christian Academy. The Lions have too much balance on offense. They're such a well-built team mechanically. They get down to the basics right. And they're coming off of a 66-7 win over East Jackson. I think that is very important to note because momentum is really helpful. We saw it going into Pickens with that big win over East Jackson. It really helps in the game, and I think that'll really help them a lot. Even though they're probably arguably the better team on paper, I think that they will come away with the win. All right, next game for you. Prince Avenue Christian, one of the best teams in the state, comes our way to face a common foe, Stevens County Indians. Hayden, who do you have?
Stevens still that winning team that they were just a few years ago when we faced them in Stevens. Stevens is a hard place to play. Both of their Prince Avenue's quarterbacks, though, over 1,000 passing yards combined, which is tough because you don't know which one's coming at you, but the downside is that
both can come at you.
8 interceptions.
Yeah, like a Peyton Manning stat right there. A lot of passing yards, a lot of touchdowns, but a lot of interceptions.
Both of them coming off strong victories. Prince Avenue against Hart, 43-21. Mm-hmm. Stevens County against Franklin, 35-3. With it being at Stevens, I think Stevens takes this one over Prince Avenue.
Really? So Prince Avenue, like I said, one of the best teams in the state. They had a lot of state championship runs in the past few years. Give me the Wolverines. I mean, I think they're a really well-built squad. They're 3-3, 500 on the year. Stevens is 4-2, but you got to look at the competition. Stevens County's competition really hasn't been that hard compared to Prince Avenue. And going 500 against really hard teams is a lot better than going 4-2 against some not really good teams. That's why I'm taking the Wolverines.
But it does build your momentum the more wins you have. No
that is true.
It is
that is true. But I think those two quarterbacks, and I don't think the interceptions will really play a factor because if they are able to march down the field and get those passing yards, I think that gives them opportunities to score.
Certainly does.
So, yeah. All right, next pick for you. White County's Week 1 opponent, Rabun County, makes the drive to Commerce to face the Tigers. Hayden, what do you think?
Rayburn has a lot of momentum, but they did have to change their identity to more of a rushing game.
Ty Truelove is hurt. That's something big.
Yeah, he's missed 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Reed Giles has stepped up and filled that role there. He was now up to 945 all-purpose yards, which is tough to stop. We saw that Week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Commerce not doing bad, but they're not doing good. They're sitting there
even 500.
500.
Even 500. 3-3 on the year. Rabun 5-1. But what I did notice, is when we played Raven, they really struggled in the first half. Like, we were pretty close, neck and neck there, and then they started to run away with it in the second half. If Commerce can go ahead and build up a strong base in the run game, if they can go ahead and get settled in, get their offense going, I also think the key for them will be halftime adjustments. What they do at halftime will dictate how the game goes, because if they can keep it close, if they make the right adjustments, if they realize, okay, well, they're going to hit us with this, this, and this, and they go ahead and lock those down, Commerce pulls away with a victory. But
you think
the question
Commerce,
is, will they do that? No, I think Raven's going to win this game.
You think Commerce stops Rick Giles?
No.
Or?
But if they – I don't think they will, but if they do, they win the game. But Raven will be my pick. We'll go ahead and mark that down.
Give me Raven.
Yep. Look at that. Hey, we might better our records this week. I don't know exactly what our records are. We'll have to take a look at that in a second. Hurricane Helene kind of messed us all up.
I went 0-2 last week. Yeah. That's all I know.
Thank you to Cooper Adam, Baylie Ray Vandiver, and Logan Fain for their time. For Hayden Weakley and Griffin Harper and everyone here at the WTVN studio, thank you for watching Around the Region. We'll be back next week with an away game at Dawson, but until then, see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
So what is your...
Okay. Hold up, isn't it the gas station order? I got a low-key, what did you say?
Yeah, we're going.
Senior volleyball players sat down. Wait, all right, I'm gonna read that last. Lots of laughs over that one right there. Me personally, I'm a honeyboon. Yep, honeyboon kind of guy. Yep, that's me, honeyboon. A senior volleyball. All right, cancel it. We're good. A lot of heavy hitters on this year.
They begin with a game on they start with a game against Franklin on. To begin, let's check in 1784. Franklin County is weirdly, make sure that's right, is it 1784? Win big and make it to the state tournament. That was really terrible. Cross-country team travels all the way to Tennessee for cross-country team. On the 12th, the trust such as bears, coyote, beavers, anything you can think of. And freak heads to the Dawson Nature Trail Preserve. Gah! Okay.